Hey folks, we're back with another Shadowverse video, this time for Shadowcraft. It's day 2 of the new expansion, and I've had pretty good luck with this. Got on a 10-game win streak, climbed about almost 2,000 points in a couple hours with this deck. Basically a rally Machina deck. It's very surprising, actually, how quickly you can get 7 machines dead for Nicola here. And then Anea is just value. A value machine. Go over the cards real quick. Remains, obviously. Any Machina deck is going to have this. It's such a fantastic tutor. Bone Fanatic, his Necromancy can trigger Anea on curve if he happens to be alive and has something to trade into. Steel Hopes, also good for Anea. If you have Anea and plus this 1/4, Necromancy lets you summon a Jack Shovel. Enhanced 7 is occasionally useful, but not too often. Cycle Pump is just draw, Bubbly Reaper. It's kinda... what else? Need another 2-drop. She kinda fits. Shadows are nice for Necro Impulse and Nicola's Spell. Spitebound. She also has a Necromancy, and she has an Evo effect occasionally. Comes up. But if you're playing Anea on 5 or later, she procs it and draws a card. It's just good. Nicola, you want 7 machines dead, but even if you don't have that, he's good tempo with another machine. 1/3 with Bane, it's pretty good. You have this, just 2 dudes, good to play on 2. The Evo's nice if it comes up, but you don't have to worry about it too much. Baron, because you're usually at 10 followers by like 5 or 6. Only 2, because that's enough. Necro Impulse, obviously, it's a shadow deck. This, it's any Machina card comes into play, not just follower. So this is -2 on the cost, even the remains is -1. Anea is -2, because she counts herself, and then the thing she summons at the end, she summons the Jack Shovel, that's -3. And you can just discard like repair modes or other useless things. We have 2 Milteos. She comes up occasionally, helps with the rally, and bringing back like an Anea or a Nicola is good. And then Roly Poly, we only have Anea for a 3-drop, so always gets her. And he's just an annoying thing to kill. So let's go on 5. And that's pretty much the deck. So let's look at some matches. So first, we'll start with Havencraft, since it's the most common deck probably you'll see on the ladder right now. Matchup's pretty good. I have like maybe a 90-95% win rate against Haven so far. Cards you want to keep, Machina stuff, and the Balance and Obliteration. The Cycle. Hand's okay. It's not the best, not the worst. Obviously Bone Fanatic would be a good card to keep on 1. The Anea was a great draw. I like to just play her. Going first, especially against Haven. Basically requires a Meowskers or like an already pulled down Cudgel. We'll take the 3/4 instead of the extra 1/1. Every time. So this is basically how this goes. They kind of just sit over there, do their own thing. Occasionally they don't even have the ability to clear. just kind of snowball now. So that's why I play an Aeon 3. This doesn't matter really. So Necro Impulse is extremely lethal. And don't forget that you can just discard a card, get the shadows. So generally that's how that matchup goes. They usually can't answer all of your board, and then you just beat them down. Next, we have a Forest. Probably second most common deck, I guess. I don't normally keep Bubbly Reaper on 2. He's probably the 2-drop that you care about the least. He's fine to play, but you're not gonna go out of your way for it. We'll take the damage here and the draw. We don't have any anything to want to hold on to it or anything. So here I should have just killed the Slugger. So he doesn't get Bane because Skeleton's not a mech. I didn't really think about how annoying this would be. So, it's fine. We have Sprite Round, even though we don't have a Nea. And we'll have her next turn. We'll just double trade. Don't want to leave up boards against Forest. It can kind of snowball out of control. Like here, if he had another Heroic Resolve, we'd probably be doomed. But thankfully, it's just a Shamu. Here, we'll just put Rolly down. He's pretty much about the best we can do. That card's a little annoying, but it's fine. He's definitely not going to go off here, but he is going to make quite the board. Thankfully, we have another Nea. We should have played the Nicola first to buff her to 3-4, but it's fine. The board is still clear. Still good. And we're probably not dead to anything or anything like that. So the Alberta makes me think otherwise until he trades. Once he trades, then we know we're fine. So here's a game where I'll probably goop that up. But the enhance on Steeled Heroes, or Steeled Hopes even, comes in handy. Theron and Roly Poly are pretty nice. Normally on like an Evo gives them an extra extra damage. Off against Portal as well. There's a fair few of these. So, same general thing. You really want to have early board presence against Portal. It can kind of snowball sometimes. This is not that, unfortunately. So we're gonna ignore that and hope he also ignores us, but if your opponent's good, they won't ignore it. They'll kill it. So you can't do the Necromancy on 3. That said, still play it. There's really not much better you can do. I don't think I've ever enhanced her. Or 9, so... So our hand is very, very slow, currently. That's not ideal. You generally want to be controlling the tempo. I mean, this is like a rally deck, so... Here, we're just gonna roly-poly. It clears pretty well. We're not gonna bury roly-poly. So, this makes a board. Our opponent does that for some reason. Thought maybe he would have like a puppet or something, but no. He's just gonna repair it. So here, we're gonna trade off our tiny robots instead of roly-poly. And just play a Milteo. Just for the body. I mean, we have 3 Necro Impulses, so... And here's a fun little thing. Drain is only the damage you actually deal, so even though it has 5 attack, he only heals for 2. So let's kill that board. Necro Impulse. And GG. Finally, we have Sword. Sword, you definitely always want to be ahead of the clock. If they can control the board, then it's going real bad. They have a lot of damage out of hand, but roly-poly is pretty annoying for them if they don't have Gunslinger. This is a great opening hand. We'll have a 0 cost balance. Plus, we get to actually activate the combo. We'll trade that one off for the rally. So I should have discarded the Bubbly Reaper. This isn't Spogus, you don't have to hold on to your stuff. Piccolo's pretty good. Lets us kill that squirrel, protect our 1/1s. But this is the kind of high roll that you can get if you're allowed to actually get the Bone Fanatic and Ania on curve. So that's kind of annoying, but we have roly-poly. Make space for it. And we're gonna evo that thing, because we don't really care about it. We kill the robots first. Just to get more robots destroyed for Nicola. This doesn't do anything. So just kill one robot to get 10 shadows. And also get Forbidden Art. And you have infinite damage. So, as you can see, our record with Shadow is pretty good. Just in general. A lot of wins, especially against Haven. In fact, we have not lost a Haven game at all. If I'm not mistaken. So, pretty good matchup. It's not like unlosable or anything, don't get me wrong, but it is a good matchup, it seems. At least early on. Maybe they'll figure out a tech. Till then, if you're tired of Haven, you want to give Shadow a try, you can do much worse than this. So that's the deck against most common matchups. If you're looking for a deck to just kind of farm Haven early on, you can do far worse than this. This deck is probably average price. I guess 42,000 vials. Probably average for a rotation right now. Cards you could probably cut if you are trying to make this on a budget. You could probably cut Milteo and Baron. What would you replace them with? I'd say probably like Skeleton Dreamer. If you want to go a little bit more aggressive, you could do Abysmal Wraith, probably. Or you could do Reanimate spells for Anea, your Gold Mine Necromancer, the 6-drop that has the Accelerate for 1, or your Forced Resurrection. You could go that route as well. So, I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, truly do. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. I'll try to answer as soon as I can if you have a question. But otherwise, hope to see you in the next video. And until then, later folks.